Hello everyone, my name is Muir, and this is X4 Foundation, specifically the new and improved medium weapons guide, specifically for Terran weapons this time. Now, as usual, we're going to be drawing numbers from the X4 Ultimate Weapons Guide by Kajar. He doesn't get paid to do this, he does this all because he has just a love for the community and the developers. So, if you found my graphs that are really just his numbers, or his guide to be useful at all, consider leaving a thumbs up, some sort of award, or just a comment below, letting him know how it was useful to you. Alright guys, let's get into the graph, shall we? Alright, so the Terrans, they tend to be a bit interesting, because their weapons are all superior versions of the other weapons. Terran weapons are all just flat out better, as far as I can tell, from the Commonwealth and base faction variants that they are based on. So, let's go ahead and get into it then. The Meson Stream. The Meson Stream is the Terran equivalent of a mass driver. It has pretty good range, it's hit scan, and it does a metric ton of damage. So this thing bursts for 600 damage. But you'll notice something. The burst and the sustained are exactly the same. Yes, that's right. The Terran weapons, if I remember correctly, they fire once, and that is it. Yeah, these guys, they fire once, and they don't get to have more shots as you go into the next MK. So these are very much less forgiving when it comes to being able to shoot the enemy more often. However, the medium MK2 hits for over 12,000 damage. So just keep in mind, if you hit even a medium fighter, if you hit a heavy fighter with the Terran Meson Stream, that's a dead heavy fighter. You're just gonna one-shot them from full health, from full shields and full hull. So keep that in mind. This thing is a damage beast. However, you do have to wait the 23.3 seconds to be able to fire it again. And also, just to point this out, just to talk about heat again, if you have multiple Meson streams, that 20 seconds is going to be multiplied by the number of Meson streams you have. Well, by the number of ships that are burning off heat. So if you make a ship that has, say, 4 Meson streams, you will have to wait 80 seconds to fire it again. If you have one that has 1 Meson stream, you'll only have to wait 20 seconds. So it just depends on if you want ships that do really high burst damage, but still have to wait a long time, or if you want ships that are going to be firing a stream every 20 seconds. So if you're up against something like, say, if you're making a ship to be more of a medium ship hunter or a small ship hunter, and you're specifically giving them Meson streams in the hopes that the AI will properly hit enemy ships with it, I don't know if the AI will, then you would want to only use 1 Meson stream, and probably not have a weapon in the other slot, because the AI will just keep firing it and then accidentally fire the Meson stream as soon as the other, just because the other weapon can hit. So keep that in mind. I don't know how this thing, I assume, is terrible against small ships. It's maybe okay if you only have one and it's like center fit against medium ships, but because it doesn't have any gimbling, it's not going to be able to hit anything at range. This is a sniper rifle that is mounted on to like the chassis of the tank, not the turret, the chassis, and you now have to rotate the tank and like shoot them with it. That doesn't make any sense. It's because it really doesn't. But hey, you know, it is what it is. And plus, if this thing could properly aim, it would be optimal to probably use these instead of anything else. But alright, that is the Meson Stream, the Terran sniper rifle that is hit scan and does over 12,000 damage a hit at MK2 medium. Alright, on to the Terran Proton Barrage. The Terran Proton Barrage is the Terran equivalent of the Bolt Repeater. It does not have the same problem that the split version of the Bolt Repeater has, which is the Neutron Gatling. This weapon is actually pretty accurate at distance. Its shots move fairly quickly. They might be about the same speed as the Bolt Repeater, but it does more damage than the Bolt Repeater does. Meaning that if you were to slap, say, 4 to 6 of these on a Terran ship, depending on how many you can add, those are going to do a whole lot of damage. They might even be able to kill an enemy ship before needing to burn off heat. But keep that in mind, these are the equivalents of the Bolt Repeaters. They do a crap load of damage, and they are pretty much just strict upgrades to Commonwealth variants, to the Commonwealth Bolt Repeater. Alright everyone, let's go and get into the Terran Pulse Laser, not to be confused with the Commonwealth Pulse Laser, or the split variant of the Pulse Laser, which is the Thermal Disintegrators. Alright, the Terran Pulse Laser. Alright, so the Terran Pulse Laser, it is one of those weapons where it still only fires one shot. And because of that, it's fairly accurate. The shots move really, really fast, and it does a bunch of damage per hit. Compare that to the Commonwealth Pulse Laser, medium variant, that goes 1, 2, 3, 4. This one goes 1, 1, 1, 1. So because it's not bursting out 4 shots, it is able to do, it's able to more, I think it's able to more easily hit enemy ships. But yeah, there will be different breakpoints, but really I don't think the Terran variant does more damage over time, and each one of those hits does quite a bit of damage as it goes along. So just keep that in mind. This thing is a straight upgrade to the Commonwealth Pulse Laser, like most Terran weapons. But alright guys, that's going to do it. That was the Terran medium weapons. We're going to be doing the Borons next. So, I'll see you then. Bye everyone.